Well, that's pretty easy. The first thing you would do is make sure your quilt is done and that you have your backing. The quilt and the backing should be well pressed before you bring them in. They should be squared up and any seam should be pressed the directions that you want them to be. Next, you would call the store to make an appointment. All of the drop-offs are made by appointment only at this current time. And we would have you come in and we would go through our book of pantographs, which are designs that you could choose to put on your quilt. So there are a number of different designs that you can choose that'll help you enhance your product and make what you have envisioned for your quilt to come out. We would select a design, then we would also select the thread. There are a variety of thread choices, and again, those can complement your quilt and help bring out the quilt that you envisioned. Certainly. So this is a quilt that Julie has brought in, and she has selected her design and her thread color, and we've put those on the machine. The designs on this particular machine can be modified a little bit. I can resize them, I can change how they're presented on the quilt and change the orientation. So you have a variety of choices for how your quilt would be done. In this particular quilt is a fairly modern collection of fabrics, so Julie selected a very modern looking pantograph, as you can see on the computer. So what we have done is we've loaded this quilt and started the quilting process. I'm going to just start the machine so you can see it running. After your quilt is done, what we would do is take it off the machine, then we trim it so that when you receive it back in your hands, you are ready to bind it. We also offer binding services, so if binding is just not your thing, we can do a half binding or a full binding. And those I could quote for you when you bring your quilt in. Thank you. I look forward to seeing you and your quilts.